So it's been exactly a week since I, quote unquote, woke up. The story is a very recent story. I'm still living it as we speak. So as I make this video, August 25th, first week of school. New school, new team. I'm excited. Had a great summer. Put in a lot of work. A lot of positive strides made. So I'm excited about this upcoming year. First week of school, it was a Friday. Me and my teammates do a little get together. I go over. We're chilling, having a good time. I go home. Get in bed. Cuddle up next to my girlfriend, and I go to sleep. I wake up in Tucson, Arizona, a whole 2 weeks later. So I wake up in Tucson, Arizona at my friend's house. I am in San Diego, California. I live in San Diego. And so I wake up in Tucson. In my head, I wake up, I'm confused. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, what the fuck's happening? I had seen that my friend's mom had just texted me, so I texted her back and I said, hey, do you know how I got here? And she said, you took a plane. And I was like, what? And so she said, we'll talk when I get home. And so I called my older brother because I live with him. So I was hoping he knew what was happening, and he did. Explain to me about what had been occurring in the time that I was asleep, quote unquote. So in those 2 weeks, that 2.5 weeks that I was asleep, apparently my girlfriend and I broke up. I guess we got into a fight about something. I was depressed. I was not eating. I was not sleeping. I guess I was suicidal. My brother said that there was text messages coming from anonymous numbers, and they believed it was me. My girlfriend got a restraining order on me. I withdrew from my classes. I guess I was just had no motivation. I had no drive. I had no determination, which just does not sound like me at all. So I was very taken back by everything. It was very unsettling to hear all that. And so I'm in Tucson, and hearing this, I'm kind of freaking out. I'm very just like, I'm losing it. And so, I go to the CRC, the Crisis Response Center. They do an intake. They admit me. I'm talking to the doctor. He's doing a psych eval. Make sure I'm not suicidal, the whole 9 yards. I kind of explain what's been happening, that I pretty much went to sleep, and I thought I was asleep this whole time. And in between that time, the events that occurred. And so he believes that I have what is called dissociative amnesia, and pretty much what that is when something triggers a traumatic memory or a traumatic event from one's past, the brain essentially shuts down. You either lose consciousness, awareness, identity. You lose who you are, like you lose your self-identity. You don't know who you are, and that's essentially what the doctor believes happened to me. So I stay there overnight. I get released in the morning, and I go to my parents' house. I stayed there for a couple days, and then my friends and I drive back to San Diego because they had originally planned to come up for my birthday, my 21st birthday, which was Friday. And so, we still stuck to that plan. They came up, we had fun. It was a good time, like, I really appreciate them being there for me, in that time that I needed someone, I needed people, and they were there. So I appreciate that. But they had to get back to their lives and do what they had to do. So they go back. And so I'm here at my apartment alone. And I found a restraining order. I read it. yeah, man, it was kind of disappointing reading that. The stuff that was described in there, it doesn't sound anything like me. My girlfriend, man, Valerie, I love that girl to death, man. Like, I would do anything for her, you know. I would give her the world if I could. And blacking out like that, and the stuff that was said in there, like, if I really did do that, it hurts me to think about that, and it hurts me to know that I can't reach out and talk to her and explain to her what exactly happened. And for everything else, with my brother, like, I'm in my apartment right now alone. There's no one here. I just wish that the people, you know, that were involved would not so much forget, but just, you know, understand that, you know, that's not the person I am. I'm not gonna say I had a bad life, because by every account of it, my life could have been a lot worse. I could not be here right now. That's a fact. But I had a different life, and growing up in the foster care system, you know, going from group home to different foster homes, to being adopted, to not being adopted, you know, it takes a toll on a person. And then there's a lot of other stuff that happened throughout my childhood and my life, you know. And so it wasn't easy by any means of the word, but it definitely wasn't the hardest either. It could have been a lot worse. You know, the people I love and I care about, I don't want them to think that this blackout that I had, that this is the person that I am, because I honestly can say with 100% certainty that I've done so much good, and I've, you know, feel like I brought a lot of happiness to a lot of people, and I try my hardest, you know, every day to be a good person. You know, I try my hardest to provide for Valerie. I try my hardest to, you know, provide for myself so that my brother wouldn't have to take on that load. And, you know, I feel like I've gone above and beyond for Valerie, and to, you know, make sure that she felt my love for her, to make sure that she knew that, you know, I was always gonna be there through it all, through the thick and the thin, the good and the bad, you know, the happy and the sad. And, you know, I really thought that she would be too. I can understand from reading the restraining order, like, why a person would want to, like, dip out, you know what I'm saying? But, like, it's just hard because I don't get to explain what happened to her. I don't get to talk to her and let her know and show her, you know, all the proof and all the evidence of, like, hey, like, this really happened. Like, this isn't just some bullshit. Like, I don't get to do that. And I feel like if she knew, I feel like things would be a little bit different right now. And that's for my brother. Like, I've known my brother since I was young. I was like 12 or 13, and, you know, met him when I was in the group home. He was a worker there, you know, and I got adopted, and he stayed on as like a big brother mentor / role. You know, our relationship just grew from there. And, you know, we've had our ups and downs as any relationship, and it's just like, have everyone who I thought would be there, you know, be able to support me and, like, understand. I thought it would be him. I'm like trying to remove my feelings from the whole situation and think, like, man, like, if the roles were reversed, like, how would I feel? And, like, honestly, I feel some type of way. I'd probably be upset. But I know for a fact that I wouldn't just, like, abandon a person. I wouldn't dip on them, you know, especially if they had valid proof, valid reasoning, and, you know, they show me, like, hey, like, this happened. I just need the support and the guidance and the love, and get through it. And I'm like, I got you, So going to sleep one night, man, everything is fine, and then waking up 2 weeks later, 2.5 weeks later, and your life's kind of just a mess. The emotions I'm feeling right now, so I feel very vulnerable. I feel very sad. I'm not gonna say depressed. I'm not depressed. I'm more embarrassed, more like hurt than anything, cause like I probably should have did a better job at expressing my feelings as I came up, as I grew up, and maybe this wouldn't have happened. But I felt like I surrounded myself with people that truly loved me and truly cared and was always gonna be there. And I'm not trying to bash no one. I'm not trying to say people are fake, because you can't say that about people. The people that have been there for you. But like in this situation right now, at this particular moment, I just feel very alone. Very just very sad, man. And like I just want the people that were involved to know, I care about you guys a lot. Chris, Caitlin, Valerie, like I care about you guys, and I wouldn't want to hurt you guys or scare you guys. Like Valerie, like I love you so much. Like I feel like I've showed it multiple times. Like we've been through some shit, man. You and I, we've been through a lot of shit, and through it all, like even though we might have been mad at each other, I might have been mad at you, you might have been mad at me, like we stayed by each other's side, we fought, we pushed through, we persevered, we didn't let anyone come between that. And I'm sorry that this happened. I'm sorry that it was just I'm sorry what happened. Like I can't go back, I can't take it away as much as I want to. All I can do is just talk about it and hope you can forgive me, and like hope that like you can see that what happened in those 2 weeks, that's not me, and that you can see that the person that you fell in love with, that's who I really am, and that's the person who always had your back when things went sour with your parents. The person that always had your back, even though we would get into arguments. I never let that affect my love for you, my actions towards you. Chris, like 9 years, man, and we've had our arguments, we've had our issues, but like you've always been there, and I know it takes time, but man, I hope you come around, and I hope you see that I truly am sorry. So man, it's about it, just trying to piece my life back together, at the moment. Try not to fall too deep, not gonna get too sad. I just hope that everything's gonna turn out well and everything's gonna turn out for the best. And that's about it, man. Hella hard. What you hiding for? I'm gonna let my girlfriend take over for like 2 minutes. She hates the camera, but we're gonna force her to do it today.
Niggas money pit, man. We saw fucking Russell Westbrook. It was super lit. She didn't even know who he was.
I did. He's your favorite player.
He's my favorite NBA player. Hey,